As long as we come on air every evening, the whole world must listen. As long as we preach this very gospel, Chukwokika Abiyama must be with us. Therefore, without any further hesitation, we must proceed to offer every prayer to Chukwu Okike Abiyama who resided in heaven. Therefore, as we always commence, not from today, but from of old, our Father who art in heaven, Nna nke bi n'eluigwe, ka aha gị dị nsọ, that your name may be hallowed by men, that we may bow at the mention of it, that we may offer every glory unto thee, that we may offer you every adoration and adulation, because there is none like thee. You fight our battles for us. Every blessed day you demonstrate through your kindness and your everlasting mercy that you are our Lord, our God, and our Creator. This evening we offer these your children unto thee. All over this very planet that you created, they are listening across the entire 24 time zones on this very planet where they inhabit. They are listening to your gospel this very evening, this gospel of redemption, a gospel of hope, a gospel of restoration, a gospel of renewal, this very gospel of freedom, this very gospel of emancipation as only you ordained, that this very gospel must be preached, that mankind may be set free from the eternal damnation of the creation of the British. My goodness me, I want to remain in the spirit because we must worship heaven. We answer your name, O Lord of hosts. Everything about us is designed to offer glory unto thee. We have atoned for our sins last year. This very year we have not only atoned for our sins, we have spilled, we have shed blood, they have shed our blood. We have let our sacrifice be made unto thee. Even on the 30th of August, as we are being felled by the bullets of the enemy, by the workers of iniquity and of darkness, we remain very strong today to beckon upon thee, to ask you for your mercy and for your grace, to ensure that your kingdom is restored upon the face of the earth, that you can bring your healing hand to bear upon the life of those of them that you created for one singular purpose, and that purpose alone, which is to worship you in truth and in every honesty. Is there any way that we have erred? Is there any way that our ancestors may have sinned? We confess before a congregation of the whole of humanity to ask you, O Lord of hosts, to have mercy upon us. You must have mercy upon us. We have suffered enough. We have been subjugated enough. We have been tortured enough. We have been imprisoned enough. We did not do these people anything. Our only crime is to answer your name. Our only crime is to be born your children. Our only crime is to excel at everything that we place our hands into. Our only crime is to exhibit your glory and your blessing, which manifestedly is upon our lives every blessed day. That is why they want to kill us. That is why the British want to join those of them who don't know you to destroy your creation and your inheritance. You will not allow shame to befall your name. You will not allow the enemies to triumph over the lives of your children, because you created us to exist, to worship, to honor, and to praise you. That is exactly what we are going to do when this Biafra comes. It will come in truth and in every honesty, because we remain every blessed day whiter than white and whiter than snow. Is there any way that we have sinned that you cannot forgive us our trespasses, to enable us to fulfill your own word, which was spoken thousands of years ago, that instead of what you promised not to come to pass, that heaven and earth will cease to exist? You opened your mouth to bless mankind to the coming of Yahweh Yeshua, who came here and said, let your kingdom come on earth as it is in heaven. those words can never be in vain, because they are anchored upon your holiness and your magnificence. That is why in the end we know that Biafra will come, that these children that we have given birth to all over the world, and their children, and their children, and their children, as long as they give birth to them and they are Biafrans, they will worship you in truth and honesty. Through this very work we are doing, mankind will come to understand you. Let your miracle be wrought in our lives. Let us witness and behold your magnificence, your holiness, your mystery, and your grace under our command. O Lord of hosts, we call upon you. We call upon you to heal. We call upon you to provide succor to those of them who are inconsolable. We ask you to come and strengthen those who are weak. We ask you to restore hope where there is hopelessness. We ask you for inclusion where there is destitution. We ask you for one brotherhood, one camaraderie, one bone, one blood, and one flesh of your children. The Efiks and the Bibios, the Izon, the Shekiri, the Isobos, and also those of them from Isoko. We are traveling all the way to the lands of Igala. We are moving on from there to Idoma, to Igede, to the territories of the Igbo land. All these places we dedicate unto thee. All these lands of yours, we ask you to cover it with your mercy. Because Biafra will come, and when it does, we will dance on the streets. I'm telling you, by the time that we are done, humanity will think that we are mad, we are drunk in your glory, and rightfully so, because your kingdom will come to rest upon this very earth. That very kingdom is the unadulterated, non-negotiable sovereignty of the Republic of Biafra, that your will may be fulfilled in our time. All this we pray, all these we ask for, in no other name apart from that name that belongs to you. He said, my name is Nnamdi Kanu.
Money is not everything. Let's fight for our freedom. For our freedom is our right. Papa Mubaram si na Biafra balamu iya buna nemene kambu paraya no makano jife wata winyaka ye akalebe ilo leseya oye wife wapara nifeya nka wapara Biafra is my life. Biafra wapara and we must go back to our land. Carry the Kwano to go to the if I would get married 4 years ago, gonna jump in there, so I'm going to get up with Kahala. no yes na bu governor Igbo. Wesi no choro wa Nigeria. Ya bi go solo ndia osala ugausa. Kanyo wezero waneba. Maka no buru olu ugausa. As a good governor he is. Yoga kita pandia usofuma.
Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, depending on your time zone. Wonderful people of Biafra, lovers of freedom all over the world. You all are highly welcome to this very live presentation, reaching you all the way from the studio of Biafra Unite channel/television this very evening. Today's date is, of course, 3rd of June, 2026. And the time right now is exactly 54 minutes past 7 p.m. in the land of Chukwokika, Biama. It is 6 minutes to 8. It is now 55 minutes, top of the hour, irrespective of where you are watching and listening from. I welcome you once again, my beloved Biafrans and lovers of freedom, as I bring you some important information and good tidings this very evening from my end. As I welcome you, please endeavor to welcome others, as we are not going to take your time this very evening because we have come to do something very, very specific. I can see your names in the comment section. My wonderful people of Biafra, I welcome you all. Please endeavor to welcome others, as we may not be able to observe the protocols because of our time. We have come a little bit late, but meanwhile, we have to proceed. We want to salute our leader, Nnamdi Kanu, who is paying the ultimate price for the Biafran people, who has laid his life to suffer for all of us, for us to be free from oppression and sabotage and slavery. We also salute our PM, Mazi Simon Ekpanjoko, who is also paying heavy price in Finland for us to be free from bondage and slavery. I salute every man on ground. I salute the BLA, the Biafran soldiers, who are paying the ultimate price to make sure that Biafra is restored. The gallant men and women on ground who have conquered fear and say that no matter what it takes, they will make sure that Biafra is freed from bondage and slavery. I welcome you all, my wonderful people of Biafra. Wherever you're joining me from, please endeavor to welcome others. We have something very, very important to share this evening. Now, without further ado, we are going straight into today's program. Forgive my voice. I am not supposed to be live this evening, but because of the importance of the information that I'm about to analyze this evening, I found it very, very, very imperative to be here this evening to talk to my people. A lot of things are going on, So many things are happening, and I am very, very happy that it is happening for the betterment of the Biafran people and the restoration of the Republic of Biafra. My people, if you look around the entire zoological Republic of Animal Kingdom, Nigeria, you will understand that what Nnamdi Kanu saw since 2012 and 2013 that made him start pushing and advocating for the freedom of the Biafran people from the zoological Republic of Animal Kingdom, Nigeria. Some people who are living today in 2026 are actually living in 2012 of Nnamdi Kanu. I want you to see the difference. Many people, millions of the zoo idiots who parade themselves today as youths are living in 2012 of Nnamdi Kanu. Yes, I understand the proverb, the Igbo proverb that says, "No boge nwata ji wee keta ụla bụ ụtụtụ ya." I understand it properly. Mana ọ ya dị mma iketa n'ụtụtụ gị anwa, ọ bụ na iji efife ma ọ bụ mgbede wee keta wee kene good morning. Ọ ya akakwa mma, it is good. It is very, very good. Can I know Igbo so that they will understand? Our people said, whenever you wake up, it's your morning. If you sleep at night and wake up the following day, I don't want to say wake up in the morning, no, and wake up the following day, it is definitely your morning. Whether you wake up around 8 a.m. or you wake up around 12 p.m., you wake up around 3 p.m., you wake up around 6 p.m., it is definitely your morning. No doubt about that. And I want to bet you, even though you are an adult, the very first person you are going to meet, the first thing that will come out of your mouth is good morning, regardless of what time it is at that very moment. This is life. So, but when you greet that good morning at 2 p.m. in the afternoon, it only takes a wise person. It only takes a person with his right sense of mind to look at the time, look at his watch, or even though there is no clock available, look at the weather. By the time you look out, you look outside and see that it's already afternoon. It only takes a wise person to come back and retract his steps. That good morning you greeted already, you have to come back and say, "Oh, I'm not even aware that it's already afternoon." It only takes a wise person to do so. But an idiot will maintain that his early, salutation. We are not here to massage any stupidity of one Nigerianist. I'm sorry, because I cannot help you. If Nnamdi Kanu did not help you, Simon Ekpa did not help you, you fought him, I cannot help you, because you'll still fight me. So, millions of the zoo youths are living in 2012. As I'm speaking to you now in 2026, Likewise, many Biafrans who are today in 2026, many Biafrans today are living in 2021. A lot of Biafrans, even those who are in the struggle, so many of them today in the struggle are living in 2021, while we have advanced to 2026. You get why? If Nnamdi Kanu follow 2012, 2013, where Tibempu, I'm happy. On my video now, but unfortunately, I couldn't see that video again because I have to restart my computer, and then I lost that very video. I wanted to start this very program with that video, but unfortunately, I lost the video. It's quite unfortunate. That video is one of them. One of the one Nigerianist who are now in 2026, living in 2012. Because they are beginning to see, especially the Yorubas, they are now seeing what Nnamdi Kanu saw in 2012, and he started shouting. They fought against him. They called him all sorts of names. They tackled him. They sabotaged him. They supported their own brother, Tinubu, supported Fulani to go and kidnap Nnamdi Kanu in Kenya. Today, they are seeing it. One of them today, I saw his video. One of them was asking his fellow Yoruba people to come and join hands to call for the release of Nnamdi Kanu, because every single thing he said has come to pass. When I saw that video, I was happy. That's why I said it takes a wise man to realize that, oh, just a couple of minutes ago, you greeted good morning, but it's already afternoon. It takes a wise man to come back and retract his steps. To say, oh, but a fool will continue to wallow in his ignorance and maintain that early good morning. So without further hesitation, today's program is for Nnamdi Kanu. Of course, my Samanet and Joko, based on the last time I got information from him, which was on Saturday, he is very, very okay. He is very, very okay. And he is very, very optimistic that he's coming out soon. Everything is going to be okay. Everything will be all right as far as my Simon Ekpa is concerned. Whereas Nnamdi Kanu is getting the necessary support from the international community, even though I would have needed more, even though I expected more. But these things doesn't usually come so quick or easily, or even it doesn't happen like woto. It comes gradually. Because ejimu story, South Africa and American Congress during Joe Biden time, when he was a congressman, when he was a senator in South Africa. So Ejim, his own story, because our story the very, very, very aware of. Ejim, the history of South Africa and Joe Biden when he was a senator in America. Where malo no kwaluo ge ya oda. Ukwaluo ge ya omegini oda. So Before we proceed, I'm going to give you some information from Barrister Ejimako. Very, very important. You know, what happened today is important for you to know what happened today. And of course, what happened before today. Today, for those of you who don't know, he was in Abuja today in the court. Not only him, but Omoyele Sowore and other activists who partake in that very Free Nnamdi Kanu protest that took place last year, which they were subsequently arrested and illegally, detained for days in Abuja. So the court took place today. The hearing was today. And based on the way Barrister Ejimako spoke, it is very, very obvious that they are victorious. So before I show you this video, I have two videos from Barrister Ejimako before we go into the main topic of today. The main topic of today is Nnamdi Kanu and the American government. What is happening between American government and Nnamdi Kanu and Nigeria, the Zo0 government. So that is the main topic today. That is what we will be diving into today. But before then, let me build my foundation by, bringing to your notice, even though you have seen the videos, but I have to touchlight it. I have to analyze it briefly before we get to Nnamdi Kanu's matter. This is what Barrister Ejimako is passing through. And because he's a Biafran, that is number one. Number two, he is the legal, the legal representative of Nnamdi Kanu. It is very, very imperative that we not it is very, very important that we begin now to scream, because ọ bụ ife jọgburu onwe ya na njọ sigbuo nkakwu n'isi na mmadụ nọ na mmili ncha baa ya anya. Unu na-anụ? Ọ jọgburu onwe ya na njọ na mmadụ nọ na mmiri ncha eme gịnị baa ya anya. So it is very, very, very important that we begin this moment to shout. Because we know the people that we are dealing with. We know that we are dealing with barbarians. We know that we are dealing with bloodsuckers. We know that we are dealing with criminals. We know that we are dealing with terrorists. So it is good that we start now shouting before things get out of hand. We know that we are dealing with people who love to unalive innocent people. We know that they are with us in the same country. So the earlier we begin now to shout, to raise our voices, the better for all of us. Makana ajo nnụnụ sị ife ọ na-eji abụọ ọfụ ebe bụ ihe a na-aga ọ na-eti bụ maka ozu nwa mmadụ emeghọrọ nwa mmụọ. Because we know the people we are dealing with. And Barrister Ejimako, as we all know, he's always in the north. He's always in Abuja. He's always in the north. He always traveled to Sokoto to see Nnamdi Kanu. So when these terrorists from the north begin to issue threat on his life, we must talk about it. We must shout. We must raise awareness. We must raise alarm. So before we move forward to the main topic of the day, which is Nnamdi Kanu and the American government, let us first of all, touch this very issue. Pay attention, please. Even though you have watched the video before, we are going to analyze it briefly.
I'm here to warn Nnamdi Kanu Barrister Aloy Ejimako that this should be the last time, this should be the first and the last time you will call the name of General Yakubu Gowon.
First of all, if you look at the nerves, if you look at the enthusiasm, the joy, the happiness, this threat, this order on enye Barisalo Ejimako. If you look at the nerves, Ojue Bata, the eagerness in him to talk, to threaten Igbo man, you will understand that this thing has nothing to do with whoever that he think that he's fighting for. It has absolutely nothing to do with the war criminal that he believes that he's fighting for, or he's speaking on his behalf. When you see the way he began his threat, you will realize that there is something behind it, not because of Yakubu Gowon. It has nothing to do with Yakubu Gowon. I want you to pay very close attention, my people. That very eagerness, that very enthusiasm he has to issue this very threat is simply because of the way they see an Igbo man. They see an Igbo man as a people that should be trampled upon, a people that should be ridiculed, a people that should be killed, a people that should be dealt with, a people that are not even supposed to exist, a people that are supposed to be wiped out. That is how they see Igbo man. That is how they see the Igbo people. They do not see the Igbo people as a people that are supposed to be existing on the surface of the earth. I don't know if you're paying attention. Because if it was a Yoruba man that they all rub mind together, if it was a Yoruba man that they all eat wine and dine together, that say something about Yakubu Gowon, which many of them have spoken against any northern leader. We never see any terrorist like this man who came out to issue threat with such eagerness to that Yoruba man. We did not see any of them. But this terrorist is speaking on a camera, threatening an Igbo man with such energy, like as if na apopote yakita, popota Barisalo Ejimako okubuo ya. As if you bring this party and bring Barisalo Ejimako one-on-one, otibunwo ya. Or if you bring the so-called Arewa youth and bring the Igbo youth, they will defeat Igbo youth. In any situation, with whatever weapon or no weapon, is there in any way you bring the Arewa youth and bring Igbo youth a one-on-one fight, and then the Arewa youth will defeat Igbo youth? Can such a thing happen? The entire zoological republic, coupled with other countries, including Britain and America, all of them, U.S.A, Egypt, and everywhere, they all fought against this same Igbo. For 3 years, they were resisted for 3 good years without any weapon. 3 years. And then you want to bring Arewa youth to confront Igbo youth without anybody joining them. You think you can just beat Igbo youth and then Akologaka? Like, seriously? Seriously? You think you can just defeat Igbo like that? But because of they believe that they have strategies to defeat Igbo. They have a lot of strategies. which begins by using Ndigbo to defeat Ndigbo. They know it already. It's no longer in 1960. It's no longer in 1967, where they did not have the idea. They have no clue of how to defeat Ndigbo. That's why they levied that conventional war against Ndigbo. But now they believe that they have the idea, the idea. They have the clue of how to defeat Ndigbo, which they are doing till today. They are doing it now. I have another video after this Barisalo Ejimako's own. There's another video we are going to see. And when I play that video, I will now connect the dot with what I'm saying now. That they now believe that they know the clue, they know the strategy now to defeat Ndigbo, which is by using Ndigbo to defeat Ndigbo. They know it now. That's why they are speaking with this, energy. There's another video coming. Now, let's listen to him.
Here to warn, I'm here to warn Nnamdi Kanu barrister Aloy Ejimako that this should be the last time, this should be the first and the last time you will call the name of General Yakubu Gowon or you will disrespect him. We, the Northern Nigerian youth, will not tolerate that. General Yakubu Gowon is our role model. General Yakubu Gowon is our father. General Yakubu Gowon is our leader. So the issue of disrespecting our leaders in Northern Nigeria will not tolerate it with the Northern Nigerian youth. Enough is enough. We are warning you, don't ever call or mention the name of General Yakubu Gowon. General Yakubu Gowon has done a lot to the development of Nigeria and Africa at large. And let me tell you something. Each time, most of you, the hatred you have for Northern Nigerian came to disrespect or insult our leaders. We will not tolerate that any longer. And what you don't know, let me tell the public you know today, it's only the Northern Nigerian that so much believe in the unity of Nigeria. It's only the North that believe in the unity of Nigeria. Apart from that, there is no anybody. So this should be the first and the last you would disrespect Yakubu Gowon. If you do that, if you repeat that again.
Unfortunately, they cut the video from there. I wanted to know the full threat. I wanted to know the full threat. Unfortunately, they cut the video because he said, if you do that again, we wanted to know what is going to be the outcome. The full threat. Very, very important. Please, those that cut this video, because I don't have the full video. Those that have the full video, kindly post it or send it to me so that I can use it for full broadcast. So, last time I checked, I did not see any time at all Barisalo Ejimako disrespected Yakubu Gowon. That is number one. When Yakubu Gowon granted interview insulting Biafrans, especially urinating on the graves of the innocent Biafran children that he himself murdered in 30 months genocidal war against the Biafran people, Yakubu Gowon recently spit on their graves, urinated on their graves, defecated on their graves. These terrorists called Osinafeabo Dambature, because no Dambacho, Dambature. Dambature, who is a known terrorist in the north, did not call the so-called role model Yakubu Gowon to order. He did not tell Yakubu Gowon, listen, you have done what you did to these people. Can you stop lying on the against the dead? Because even a newborn baby today knows how Biafra war took place. A newborn baby today knows what caused Biafran war. A newborn baby today knows who fired the first shot. Even they are still using BBC to continue to lie against the Biafra. Today, as I'm talking to you now, the new BBC documentary that they released, they said that it was Biafran soldiers that fired the first shot, and they were trying to take over Lagos before Nigeria responded. All these things are the making of Britain and the Nigeria government. So, if you are wise and clean, you would have called your so-called role model to order to stop lying against the dead. Yakubu Gowon, I'm happy that he's still alive. Even though he become crippled, God will continue to keep Yakubu Gowon alive. Especially even though everybody dies, God will continue to keep Yakubu Gowon alive, so that he will use his own eyes to see Biafra come. Somebody like Yakubu Gowon is not supposed to die anytime, any day. He will use his own eyes to see Biafra comes, while maggot will be coming out of his skin. While maggot will be coming out of his body, he will use his own eyes to see Biafra comes. And he will still use his own eyes to see how God will punish him and his own people, which is happening already. I think he comes from Plateau State. I'm not mocking the Plateau people. I pity them what they are passing through. But what Yakubu Gowon did is actually affecting them today. Yes. What Yakubu Gowon did against the children of God is what is exactly what they are passing through today. Is the reason why the same people that Yakubu Gowon protected and used them to massacre the Igbo people, innocent Biafrans, God is using the same people to pay him back what he did to my people. I saw a video clip where Tinubu was saying, I think a couple of days ago or weeks, if I'm not mistaken, Tinubu granted state interview. He said that the politicians are using insecurity to bully him out of power, but he's not going to resign. He's going to contest. And I laughed. You know, I reason things from different angle. I don't see things the way everybody see things. I laughed. I said, look at this man. I said to myself, Tinubu, you know. You know exactly what you did. You, Tinubu, you. Nobody should say Tinubu is a Yoruba man. Yeah, Yoruba people are not terrorists. I know. Tinubu is a hardcore terrorist. Tinubu is the #1 terrorist in Nigeria. In entire Nigeria, Tinubu is the #1 terrorist. He's the chief of terrorism. He knows. He knows exactly what they did, how they used Boko Haram to chase Jonathan Goodluck out of power. Tinubu is aware of it because he was the founder of APC. He was the chief, the president of APC back then. He was the APC national chairman. He was the founder. He single-handedly made Buhari president, even when he did not win an election. You understand? So Tinubu knew how they got Jonathan out of power with terrorism. They sat down and planned it. Tinubu is 100% aware of the tactics. That's why all these things happening. Do you see Tinubu panicking? He's not panicking because he knows that this is the system that they put in place in 2015. He's fully aware. There is absolutely nothing happening today that Tinubu does not know who is doing it, because he knows that it's the same people that they sat on a round table to discuss how they are going to use terrorism to get Jonathan Goodluck out of power are the same people that are using the same terrorism to get him out of power. He knows every single thing going on, and he cannot go against them because they were all together in the same thing. is the same thing they planned together to do to Jonathan is what they are using to deal with him today. So he can never go against them because they all have their secrets. Are you paying attention? So when he said that, I watched only once. I watched it only once and I laugh. I said, this man, he knows everything. He knows themselves. He said they are using insecurity to bully him, to take him out of power. But he's not going to resign. He's not going to step down. He's not going anywhere. He will campaign for his second term because he knows what they are doing. So, anybody who sees Barisalo Ejimako, I want you to know that he needs protection. And this man, we have seen his face. We have known his name. His name is Dambature. If anything happens to Barisalo Ejimako, we will definitely hold him responsible. We will hold this terrorist Dambature responsible. Should anything happens to Barisalo Ejimako, well, I'm sure nothing will happen to him. And again, the American veteran soldiers have also issued a public statement backing Barisalo Ejimako, making it known to all and sundry that they are behind Barisalo Ejimako, and I appreciate that. So, mark this man's face. We already know him now because of this very threat of Alo Ejimako's life. If anything happens to Barisalo Ejimako, we already know who to hold responsible. That's that. Now, let me show you videos of Barisalo Ejimako today. After that, we will now go straight to, I'll show you one more video that is happening, something that is happening in Igbo land today. After that, we'll go to Nnamdi Kanu's, of course, program, because that is the main reason why we are here this very evening. So pay attention, my people, as I bring you more things. So this morning, Barisalo Ejimako made a video where he told us that he was on his way to Abuja to go and answer for the case concerning the protest that took place last year, where almost the entire Nigerian youth were calling for the release of Nnamdi Kanu, which everybody was exercising his or her right. Constitutionally recognized right of the citizens is exactly what they want to use, or what they are using to, to intimidate him and his fellow comrades. So while he was on his way to the court this morning, he made this video. And remember, he wouldn't have made this video actually, but because he was traveling to Abuja, the case is in Abuja, and he's traveling from Enugu to Abuja. And because of the threat to his life, the threat on his life by some terrorists in the north, led by Dambature, self-acclaimed Northern Youth Council leader, or Northern Youth Council president, whatever, he has to make this very video to let us know where he was going in case Adika Amoma on the Tagwalo Obosi. Now let us listen to him.
Good morning. I'm making this update from inside the aircraft. The aircraft is bound from Enugu to Abuja. I'm traveling to Abuja to be in attendance at the court, at the trial on 5th of June, my trial. They are trying me along with Showere and the 12 others and Prince Emmanuel Kanu for participating on that 11th November protest. I think it's 28th October, a protest last year demanding for the release of Nnamdi Kanu. So they are trying us for exercising our constitutional rights. They have shown a certain level of determination. So we are also going to be determined in defending ourselves. I'm inside a piece to Abuja for that purpose, and the others are coming from all parts of the country. So on the 5th, I shall give you an update as to what happened in court on that day. Thank you. Wish me safe journey. Thank you.
Okay, so this was in the morning. This was actually in the morning. And then after the court hearing, he made a second video thanking everyone who stood by him. Let us watch the video and then we move forward from there. Pay attention, please. If you are entering, please do us a favor by liking and sharing the broadcast. It's very, very important. We are live. This is your live program happening right now. We have a lot to discuss this evening. Let's watch this.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, all of us of freedom out there. I hope you will not find this very short amateur video a little bit unusual. Well, in a sense, it is. It's just my own little way of saying thank you to all the persons that I mentioned their names here. I wrote down their names. These people have been my source of strength. They are the unseen hands that have been the rock of Gibraltar that stood behind me through thick and thin since I engaged in this very difficult task in defense of freedom. In particular, with reference to the case of Onyendu and all the Igbo youths out there who have suffered on the mere suspicion that they are IPOB members. It has not been easy since I was engaged in this task by Onyendu on the 9th of September 2017. It has given me the opportunity to meet very wonderful people. There has been travails, pains and suffering and tribulations, but on the whole, I am humbled and strengthened by the support of the very people that I mentioned on this post in writing. There are others. Of course, there are. I cannot begin to mention everybody as time goes on. I will do this again. A lot of them would not like to be mentioned in print. And those I mentioned here, I hope I have not embarrassed you. And I hope my doing so will not invite some kind of friendly fire from the usual suspects. But I have to do it. My conscience tells me that I have to do it. And to protect your identity, I have chosen to mention only first names here. But do you know yourselves? You know yourselves. Please accept my little gratitude. Your support has been very critical to keeping me going. And as I said on the post, your support is support to Onyendu. Without people like you, I don't know what we would have done. It would have been much more difficult. So here I am to express my eternal gratitude and to assure you all that your name has been written in gold in my heart. Thank you again, and God bless you all. Bye.
All right. Now the third video which I'll be playing has some gory images that I cannot show on the screen. Therefore, I'm going to cover it a little bit. I will cover it a little bit with this our PM's protest, which is coming on the 4th of August, 2026. We are going to touch this part a little bit as we move forward. We're going to speak a little bit, give you some information concerning the protest, which is coming soon. Now we are in June. We only have 1 more month to go. Only 1 more month to go to this very protest. So the time has come where we will start hammering on it, start, talking about it on a regular basis. It is very, 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 very important that we start talking about it on a regular basis, because we only have 1 more month to go. And for those of you who, anyway, we are going to talk about it before the end of the program. So now this is what has happened in Enugu State. In Enugu State, a place called Ishiago and Ogun. Ishiago, Kwana Enugu called Ebonyi State. Ishiago. Biko, correct me in the comment section, please. Ishiago, Kwana Enugu called Ebonyi State called Ishiago. I'm going to play the video, but I want to show a little bit, like small. I forgot.
Free enhancement just killed some of the villagers and brought their corpses in the road. And some of the villagers are doing riots. They have blocked all the road, both left and the right. The army people is trying to stop them,
Did you hear that?
There is no movement.
Did you hear that? I want you to see the impunity of the Nigerian Janjaweed jihadist army. The person who is reporting live said that they came out for protest, but this jihadist army is trying to stop them from protesting against the unaliving of their own beloved, friends and family members. I don't know if you get it. They were unalived, massacred, their beloved, unalived by the jihadist Fulani terrorists. Then now, those who are still alive came out to protest against the inability of the government to protect lives and properties, which is the #1 priority of every government in the world. Now, what did the state-owned military did? They came out to stop them from protesting. They didn't come out to stop the jihadists from killing their people, but they came out to stop them from voicing out. I don't know if you understand it. A couple of days ago, or weeks, if not months, we saw a video where after the massacre that took place in Plateau State just a few months ago, we saw a video, an authentic video, which we also use on our broadcast, where Plateau women invaded a military checkpoint in their village and set the checkpoint ablaze, chased the soldiers, chased them away. We saw that video. How many of you saw that video? How many of you saw the video? Oh, somebody said, oh, okay. Somebody said Ebonyi. Ishiago in Ebonyi. Yeah, thank you. Dalono rinne. Dalono. Chukwudi Uzo. Dalo. Eme life. Dalo. Blessed. Dalo. Blessed Sonny. Thank you. Dalono rinne for reminding me. So we have to move. Alex, Dalokwa, Ekenemo, all of you that reminded me, no, Ebonyi, Dalono, I greet you all. So, the women, Plateau women, invaded the military checkpoint, which was in their community, because they were there. They could not stop the bandits, the terrorists, from massacring their community members. They couldn't stop them, but they were there, extorting money from innocent citizens. They went there, chased them, and set the checkpoint ablaze. And these soldiers were with their AK-47. They couldn't shoot. They couldn't do anything. They couldn't stop the women from chasing them away. They couldn't stop the women from setting their checkpoints ablaze. Now, only for Igbo women from the east, only for Biafra women from the east to protest against the massacre of their own people by the same Fulani terrorists, the Nigerian jihadist army came out in full force to stop them from protesting. Because they are Igbos, because they are Biafrans. I don't know if you get it. This is the logic. This is exactly what is going on in the Zoological Republic. And I want to use this opportunity to call on all the Igbo Efulefus, all the saboteurs. That's why I said, now the Northerners, the Fulanis, they have mouth now to talk to the Igbo people however they like, because they now have the way to defeat the Igbos. They now know that it is used the Igbo against the Igbo. Only what you have to do is to drop some cash for him. Just stop because we have not been able to recover from it. And we can never, never, never recover from it in as much as we remain in Nigeria. That I can assure you. Go and mark it somewhere. Even if it takes us another 1 million years, it is impossible, 100% impossible for us to recover from what happened to us in that 30 months genocidal war. It is impossible. Like, I'm not saying near impossible. No, I'm telling you, it is 100% impossible for us to recover from what happened to us, especially mentally, from what happened to us in that 30-month genocide. It is impossible, like 100%. I'm giving you assurance, 100%. We can never, never, never recover from it as long as we are in Nigeria. This one, I can assure you with all my life. Because after how many years? Since 1970, 80, 90, 2000, 210, 220, 56 years along the line. I can't remember that time. 56 good years along the line. Yet, I can use Unaga. Yet, the same betrayer destroyed Ainaya. Ojuku bute egon naya. Ojuku no way was the richest man in the entire West Africa. Then Chukwemeka Odumegwu bupute ga ntinane. Where bunye one walker from the same Newi. Somebody remind me the name of that, the biggest saboteur in the history. The biggest saboteur in the history of sabotage. Not only in Igbo land, not only in Biafra, in the history of sabotage. That very man, Mojeku. Ojuku burego bunye as a one near walker otrosro. Koga na France and purchase weapon. Had it been Mojeku purchased that weapon and came back with that weapon, I'm telling you today, we'll be talking a different story as Biafra nationals. We wouldn't be running up and down, running helter-skelter all over the world looking for greener pasture. Our people are being insulted, dehumanized, unalived, all over the places, including here in Africa. In Africa and Kenya. Everywhere in Africa. When you hear they are doing this to Nigerians, go and look very well. They are Igbo people. Any place you hear that they are doing this to Nigerian people, or Nigerian people are doing this, go and check very well. They are from the Southeast. They gave more Jeku Juku Buruntinani Mpaya, Ego Mpaya Trafu Epa, Bunya more Jeku, Oga go weapon na France. France was ready to supply because they were the only European country supporting Biafra because they hated Britain. They didn't want Britain to take that power from Africa. So they wanted to divide Nigeria. They wanted to help to divide Nigeria because they knew that Nigeria was the superpower for Britain in Africa. They were supporting Biafra full time. Mojeku went to France. Instead of him to do what he went there to do, he nationalized there. He bought properties and got French citizenship. He took all his families to France. Till today, they are still in France. Some of them migrated from France to Britain. Till today, as I'm speaking to you today, I saw last video made by his daughter. I don't know if he has only one daughter remaining. Last video his daughter did was lamenting in that video. They never stepped their foot again in Igbo land till today, since that time. 50-something years along the line. If we get now, so the Fulanis, they now have the guts to insult Ndibo, to talk to us anyhow because of sabotage. They now know if you want to destroy Igbo man or Igbo people, find one or two of them, give them money, and just go and relax. Go and drink your champagne. You hear discourse. That is what is happening today. Where are those criminals? Where are those saboteurs? The likes of Chukwu Kofwebu, the likes of Chibuze Guato, where are they? Where are they? Just a couple of days ago, it happened in Imo, in Owerri, to be precise. It happened in Owerri. Today now, it's happening in Ebonyi. It's happening in Ebonyi today. Chukwu Kofwebu ya apatakwa gokwa gi na okwa IPOB. Oga apatakwa ichi ogbagi no bu ESN. Or shade their Fulani, or protect their Fulani. Because on the Nazian, Ndinani ego jeme big na Abuja. Since so you are not Ejibunati from Turkey today, Chukwu Kofwebu when any place up on your Afan Abuja, or when any place on our God on Abuja, he has no business, no job in Abuja since that time till today, but he's still living big, he's living large. Where is that money coming from? What is the job of Chukwu Kofwebu since he came back from Turkey, since he was deported from Turkey till today? He is living large in Abuja, sitting on a leather chair in his parlor. Where is that money coming from? He had no money before he came back, before he was deported. Because if you say he came back, or they could just robot ticket, he had no penny. I got his full information. I was waiting for him to come and debunk it because I know he had me. He followed me so much. Chukwu Kofwebu was sitting down doing nothing in a cargo office called Genesis Cargo. They were giving him food money every month, every day. On a from that time, make that argument to 780. I made Chicago Chukwu Kana. The following day, Maputakwa. Because in the ordinary nene, according to information we tell about him from authentic source on your money over Turkey. Sinandi nyali common nene all nene liego. Amaya amasi asoyene liego oyana kuchi afia. You want see hale afia Bruno binafia wana agana. Nka anarigo. You can never see sheshi dime from him. Ole oriego. Ole nene liego. Yotago. So Chukwu Kofwebu did not come back from Turkey with Chengbam Cheshe Bawri Sioji Bata. Monone Lidwafo Brina Abuja. Ega wone li osiebepta. Ebo sibia. Ego sabo. Ego sabotage. So they must come. Oh, we up takwechino. No, sige, no, this one didn't happen. Oh, IPOB, ESN terrorists. Otosa. Because Nanya, I wouldn't be terrorists. Where is Chibuze Guato? All of you should come. Because Ose Tigoko, Ose Tigokwa. I wonder what is giving them morale that ni ifeneme na Yoruba land and the ifeneme na not. I don't know what is telling them. I don't know what is giving them that courage that if you chase away the BLA, if you chase away the, as you call them, ESN, let me use the one that they will understand. I don't know what is encouraging them that if you chase away ES, let us assume that they are doing a good job as their followers usually applaud them. Let us assume that they are doing a good job. What is giving them that morale, that courage, that belief that if you chase away ESN from the East, that what is happening in Yoruba land today, what is happening in Benin, in Edo State today, cannot happen in the East? What is giving them the courage that what is happening in Benue State, which is a stone throw from the same Ishiago in Ekwokwuyana, a stone throw from Ishiago, a stone throw from Obolafo. In Obolafo, Enugu State, Oku, onye no na Benue State ya zagi. You need her microphone. What is giving them courage and belief that what is happening in Benue cannot happen in the East? If you chase away and the unalive destroy ESN in the East. Because as far as I know, it is because of the same ESN that they are fighting to kill is the reason why the terrorists, Fulani terrorists, have not taken control of the East. Because they know that they are there. Because before the formation of ESN, Fulani was already everywhere. There was already massacres everywhere. Fulani was everywhere in the East. They were already doing what they know how to do best everywhere before the formation of ESN. So what is giving them that belief? If it's not the sabotage, if it's not the ego sabo, what is giving them courage to do what they are doing? Let us watch this video. I will now go straight to Nnamdi Kanu's position.
Villagers are doing riots. They have blocked all the road, both left and the right. The army people is trying to stop them, There is no movement. We are in Ogu Junction. We are going back to Aba from Enugu. Don't know what is going on. That is the case. That is the point.
Happening in Chicago and Dogo.
Mama, what are they doing? Who are they doing? One song.
So, this is now the current situation. Today's date is 3rd of June, 2026. This is the current situation between Enugu and the Ebonyi State, where many, according to the information, plenty number of our people were massacred in cold blood in Ishiago and Ogu communities in Enugu State. Now, the people came out to protest. For those of you who are just joining now, people came out to protest against the massacre of their loved ones. Nigerian jihadist army came out to stop them from protesting, but they couldn't be able to stop the Fulani terrorists from massacring the innocent people in the same community. And this massacre took place last night. So I'm calling, where is Chukwuka Fuebu? Where is Chibuze Guato? Where is Ebe Kuedika Akaria? Where is Nneka Chimezie? Why can I shower at the old age? An abomination that happened to Ndibo. An abomination that happened to Ndibo. Why na shower at the old age? Check is here, Ogo the young. Alumeli Igbo. Amamokane kugo because Otego afu anybody sending me anything about her. Onapugo because gwanum na comment section because I don't follow her. That's the truth. The only time na no kuru something bo send the alum, but Otego now won't anybody send them something from her. Okane kuko na social media ka onapugo. Biko gwanum na comment section. Okane ekuku okwu mboda woman akpolu Nneka Chimezie. Onakpugo. Orisigo mugu nke ya nakpuo. Now, let us go to Nnamdi Kanu, which is the main topic I do about today. I could see Nnamdi Kanu. I know better information about the upcoming protest, and then we'll call it a day. So, my people, this is the main topic that brought us here this evening. The reason why we are here this evening is to discuss about Nnamdi Kanu, and of course, the U.S. government, which is now taking it upon itself to fight for the release of Nnamdi Kanu. And this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. I want you to know that U.S.A. is a sovereign nation. They are the world powers. And when it comes to issue that has to do with sovereignty of other country or other nation, far anahe GK apatania, they don't come out with full force. You understand? But they are going to be giving you warning, hoping that you will understand and do the needful. But the moment they see that you are not budging, you are not, moving an inch, then they will come with full force. That is how America works. When Joe Biden, this Joe Biden you see today, that was the president of America, used to be a congressman, used to be a U.S. senator. He took it upon himself. I want some people to listen to this broadcast tonight. I'm not going to mention them, but I want some people who have gotten so close to me to pay very close attention to what I'm about to say tonight. Very, very, very important. This very program, by now, now, but the main reason why I do this evening. So, and the mamle na I am pressed. So please, I'm going to play a music while rush to the toilet to pee to ease myself, and then I'll come back because I can't be able to delve into this very matter while pressed. So can I get a go a while I ease myself in a jiffy?
Think about your life before the end time so Ndi mutu inusi Agwawati matianodi Eburisi ya na tisu Jiri ya bibu makwesi Makanu panu boko Opa tishiri ya Abona boso mwenye Ona yiku chikwe na kadara Asi maburo kuno male Ya buru biyaru Na mogara pala na mo Surrounding bozo Obado maketo Money is not everything. Let's fight for our freedom. For our freedom is right. Papa mo baramsi Na biafra balamo Iya buna nenenu Kambu paraya no Baka no jife wata winyaka ye Akalobe ilo neseya Oye wife wapara nifeya Nika wapara Biafra is my life. Biafra, and we must go back to our land. Carry the Kwano to
All right, welcome back, my wonderful people of Biafra, lovers of freedom all over the world. Somebody said, somebody said, Joe Biden didn't do anything good for blacks or Africans. What you don't know is bigger than you. You don't know that side, my dear. What you don't know is bigger than you. If you don't bring any argument that doesn't make sense. Echi email the comment ya itinye asi ajuju. Yotago? Etinye na asi if name my he na-ekwu. When you want to make this type of comment, you make it in a you know, you put it in a question mode, not as if you know what you're saying. So let's proceed. Obviously, nature my head by them mellow. A joy as I did Kawalogi. Mobi cello or that side, you will understand. So there are some people. There are people who got so close to me in recent times in this very struggle, and I want them to pay very, very good attention to what I'm about to say, because the person in question, that has taken this very battle, this very fight upon himself, is a man. You're going to see his name. If necessary, I will also show you his video because he's not hiding. And don't expect him to just come out and begin to say, you must divide the zoo today. You must give Biafra today. You must this, you must that. No. It happened during the time Joe Biden was fighting for South Africans' freedom from apartheid. It happened like that. Joe Biden fought and fought and fought until he exploded, until he began to fight the Congress. Yeah, in America, or Congress, Nigeria, and Senate president. Congress president, called Congress chairperson, called Congress chairman, or Biko, lecture me in the comment section. I know how America, there. Let me know in the comment section. I'm just looking at the comments now, please. I want to get it right. Joe Biden fought and fought until he began to fight the Congress president. I will still use Congress president, or to somebody who lives in America correct me in the comment section. Until he began to confront the Congress president. Then they began to listen to him. Somebody says speaker. Congress speaker. So, you see? So Rome is not built in a day. And before we move forward with this very article, I want to use this opportunity to congratulate or to say thank you to a man called Arnold, Mike Arnold. He's not a congressman, but he used to be a mayor in one of the states in America. He's a former mayor. So he's a learned man, a famous politician who has served the American people, who is well known and well respected, who is currently speaking for the Biafran people in America without anybody paying him any money. These are the type of people that we love working with. I want some people to listen to me because in the now. So a man has taken it upon himself to be speaking on behalf of Nnamdi Kanu. This is not the first time he's speaking about him. When Nnamdi Kanu was imprisoned, he spoke against it at the U.S. Congress. The video went viral. And now, because Nnamdi Kanu's appeal is fast approaching, he has spoken again. And time is coming when he will take it upon himself to fight and fight and fight relentlessly until Nnamdi Kanu is released. This is how they work. Now, according to this article, which we have gathered the direct memo from U.S. Congress, we have it, but because it's written on a very tiny letters, so we may struggle to show for you to read alongside us, while showing it on the screen. So let us read from a Zoom media platform, which is the same thing written on that very note that we have obtained from U.S. Congress. Now, title, Nnamdi Kanu, U.S. Congress asks Secretary of State to engage Nigeria government. The United States Congress has asked the country's Secretary of State to engage the Nigeria government on the trial, conviction, and imprisonment of leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu. The development followed a resolution passed by the Congress on May 22nd, 2026. A copy of the resolution was obtained by Daily Post on Tuesday. The resolution, numbered HRES 1321, followed a motion by Congressman John James. I told you that he's not hiding. His video is everywhere. His pictures everywhere. So his name is everywhere. John James, he's a black man, a well-read and well-learned politician in America, a young man actually. They say James, in the motion, asked the Congress to call on the government of the Zoological Republic of Animal Kingdom, Nigeria, to ensure that all legal proceedings involving Kanu are conducted in full accordance with Nigeria's constitutional obligations and international human rights commitments. You know why? They know that if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case goes by or through, if the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is conducted constitutionally or according to the Constitution and the laws of the Zoological Republic, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be a free man today. They know. I want you to listen. Listen, my people. They know very well. No bona case Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is being conducted according to the laws of the zoo. I'm not telling you the international laws now. The zoo law, zoo Nkanu now. If Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case is being heard according to the laws and constitution of the zoo, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu can never be in prison. That is the reason why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was asking James Omotosho, APC judge, show me the law, Omotosho. Now during the Aba protest, Omotosho, show me the law. Show me the law, Omotosho, show me the law. He couldn't show the law. He sentenced Mazi Nnamdi Kanu out of hate, out of pride, out of idiocy, out of ignorance, out of envy, and out of sabotage, because he is paid by APC to do their bidding. He did it before in Imo State by installing Hope Uzodimma as the Imo State governor. So he has done it again in a bigger state, on a bigger stage now. His own case does not have, his own case or his judgment has absolutely nothing to do with the law. That is James Omotosho for everybody. Any case James Omotosho is involved has nothing to do with the rule of law. His judgment is always based on politics, not based on the law. Based on politics, that is James Omotosho. And that is what they are using. They have been using him to do this all along. It's just that this is now when we realize. Now, Kanu was on November 20th, 2025, sentenced to life imprisonment by an Abuja Federal High Court presided by James Omotosho of APC, following his conviction on terrorism charges filed against him by the Nigeria government. The IPOB leader is currently serving the life sentence in Sokoto prison. Kanu and his lawyer had kicked against the judgment delivered by James Omotosho of APC in the terrorism trial, arguing that his conviction was based on repealed laws, which is the truth. The pro-Biafra activist has filed an appeal to challenge his conviction by hearing in the suit is yet, but hearing in the suit is yet to commence. In the resolution adopted by the Congress, U.S. lawmakers asked U.S. lawmakers, I love that S. I love it. God, I thank you. That means now we are not dealing with one person anymore. Thank you, God. Chineke Nnadiegu. You will not understand, my people. That means few more lawmakers have gotten interest in the matter of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Maka na ndị Igbo sị na ọ na-abụ anyụkọ mmamịlị ọnụ ọgba akwụkwọ. Ọkwụtụ esekwu ya ọgba gịnị ọgba akwụkwọ. Ifugi ya now. So this is a win-win-win situation. For us to see that U.S. lawmakers, that means Mazi Nnamdi Kanu keeps on gaining support from one person to another, from one lawmaker to another in U.S. government, and you can ask for more. By the time the support becomes obvious, the zoo will have nothing to do anymore. That I can assure you, 100%. Now, U.S. lawmakers asked the Zo government to ensure that Kanu's trial is conducted in accordance with constitutional obligations and International Human Rights Committee, which, if this thing is done, Nnamdi Kanu can never be in the custody or in prison. The U.S. Secretary of State was asked to engage the zoo authorities on the matter, as well as issues relating to Kanu's detention conditions. Kanu and his representatives had frowned at his detention in the Sokoto prison, citing the distance to Abuja, where the appeal is expected to be heard. They argued that the distance could undermine the preparation and presentation of the appeal. Concerns were also raised about the IPOB leader's safety in the prison located in the seat of the caliphate, where insecurity and terrorism have, taken center stage. The U.S. Congress specifically asked the Zo government to consider a report on Kanu's detention by the United Nations Working Group on Arbitrary Detention and take appropriate action on the findings. The resolution read, calling on the government of Nigeria to ensure that all legal proceedings involving Nnamdi Kanu are conducted in full accordance with the Zo constitutional obligations and International Human Rights Committee. And remember that in 2022, United Nations had already advised the Zo to free Nnamdi Kanu. Remember that. So that is what they cited here. Now, whereas Nnamdi Kanu is a political figure known for advocating on behalf of communities in Southeastern Zoological Republic. Whereas Nnamdi Kanu has publicly expressed his views regarding political self-determination and governance through speech and advocacy. I know when the Zoo see this, they will be peeing. I know Mamre Pante and there are mad people everywhere. You think you are going to use propaganda to cover the eyes of the world forever. You think you will use your media propaganda to destroy Nnamdi Kanu and destroy the Biafran people forever and keep the Biafrans under bondage forever. No. We serve the living God. As we fight and pray, God will answer our prayers. The time is now. Whereas concerns have been raised regarding the circumstances of Nnamdi Kanu's apprehension in Nairobi, Kenya in June 2021 and his subsequent transfer to Nigeria. No, and his subsequent extraordinary rendition to the Zoological Republic. I know you people are afraid to say it the way it is. I know, because you are under Nigeria Broadcasting Corporation. I get it, no problem. So, whereas questions have been raised by legal observers and international bodies regarding whether this transfer complied with applicable legal standards and international obligations, the answer is no. Even Kenya court has ruled against it. Kenya court has ruled against it and is part of the victories of Nnamdi Kanu. Whereas the United Nations Working Group on Arbitrary Detention, in an opinion issued on July 20th, 2022, found that Nnamdi Kanu's detention violated international human rights obligations and called for his release and the provision of remedies. Did you get that? In 2022, July 20th, they advised Nnamdi Kanu to release they advised the Zo government to release Nnamdi Kanu. Unfortunately, why I'm angry with this UN Working Committee, why I'm angry at United Nations Working Committee is they know that what happened to Nnamdi Kanu was illegal. They know it. And they issued that very statement in 2022, July 20th. Today, as I'm talking to you, this is 2026. 4 good years later, the same man is still in the is still in detention, and the worst has even happened that they have unjustly jailed him for life. Yet this same UN working committee is silent. They are yet to respond. We are talking about United Nations here. We're not talking about a civil rights group in Nigeria or elsewhere. Not even what do they call this human rights organization? What do they call that human rights organization that usually speak? What's this human rights organization? Is very famous. Amnesty International. Not even Amnesty International. Not even Amnesty. We are talking about United Nations. So for them to keep mute on this matter, when they know every single thing that happened in this case, and they kept mute since then, especially since Nnamdi Kanu was illegally jailed, is baffling. Is completely unbelievable. It's disheartening. In fact, it says it's a criminal offense. It's a crime for you and knowing everything on this matter. Kept quiet since that time till today, 4 years along the line. Especially since last year he was illegally imprisoned for life. And UN kept mute. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. I'm telling you. That's to show you the corruption that is in United Nations. I want you to know today that UN is corrupt. UN is highly corrupt. Thank God we have nations like America. Thank God we have nations like America that no country can intimidate. That no country can intimidate. Not even Britain can intimidate America. Thank God we have countries like this. Now, they say, whereas courts in Kenya have issued rulings concerning the legality of Nnamdi Kanu's transfer, extraordinary rendition from Kenya to the zoo. Whereas concerns have been raised by human rights organizations regarding due process, access to counsel, and conditions of detention. Whereas prolonged detention without adequate medical care raises serious humanitarian concerns. Whereas the protection of freedom of expression, fair trial rights, and human treatment of detainees are fundamental principles recognized under international law, including Universal Declaration of Human Rights and International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights. Whereas the United States has a long-standing commitment to advocating for the protection of human rights and the rule of law globally. And whereas the United States has previously engaged diplomatically in cases involving individuals detained abroad where credible concerns of wrongful detention exist. Thank you. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the House of Representatives calls on the government of the zoo to ensure that all legal proceedings involving Nnamdi Kanu are protected in full accordance with Nigeria's constitutional obligations and international human rights commitments. Urge the government of the zoo to carefully consider the findings of the United Nations Working Group on arbitrary detention and to take appropriate steps consistent with those findings. Encourages the government of the zoo to ensure that Nnamdi Kanu has consistent access to legal counsel, necessary medical care, and human conditions of detention. Encourages the Secretary of State to engage with the government of the zoo regarding concerns related to due process, detention conditions, and respect for fundamental rights, and reaffirm the commitment of the United States to the protection of human rights, freedom of expression, and the rule of law worldwide. So, this is the matter here now, right? I want to show us something. I want to show us something very, very, very important. Somebody made a comment here before, which I highlighted. And it's very, very important to show us something that has happened before. The man who started this very fight, we must remember him. We must remember his name. We must remember who he is. Because by the time Biafra wins, we are going to remember him. We are going to immortalize him. We are going to pay homage every blessed year to him. We are not going to be like others who forgot those who fought for them. We are not going to be like others who asked those who fought for them to leave their country. We're not going to be like others who ate and cleaned their mouth as if they never ate. Till today, Biafrans are still remembering Kerafa. What's the name of that man? Kerafa, that man, United Nations headquarters in America. Somebody, somebody, that man. Somebody help me because Uche na abia and they was Uche na abia. Kerafa, that man, onye ọcha ka ọ bụ mụrụ onwe ya ọkụ na America, na UN, United Nations headquarters office in America. Some cruise and course the name Equihokam loaded that name. Steve Menock, somebody Menock. Bruce Menock. Is it Cruz Menock or Bruce Menock? Bruce Menock. So Bruce Menock. Thank you. Biafrans are still remembering Bruce Menock today. Every May 30th, when we are celebrating our heroes and heroines that paid the supreme price for Biafra independence, we always remember Bruce Menock. I'm talking to John James today. Now, this fight you have taken upon yourself, please continue. Do not allow anybody to deceive you. Do not allow anybody to bribe you. Continue with this cause that you have taken upon yourself. We are going to remember you. We will immortalize you. We will build a statue of you in Biafra land in gold. And we will always pay homage to you and your family forever. Even when you are old and gone, your family will continue to reap from the seed you are sowing today. For Biafrans, your family will continue. We are not just going to be remembering you for praying for you and do every year or saying thank you just like that. No, things will be included. Things will be involved. Every blessed year, we will visit your family in America to pay homage. Things will be included, be it material things or whatever. I know we are not enticing you, but I'm telling you what we are going to do. Till today, even without us getting independence first yet, we are still remembering Bruce Menock. Imagine what we are going to do when we are finally getting the independence. So, I want to show us something. I want to show us something. So that we will understand. Because somebody made a comment. Nah, if I am because that person, don't be angry. If you are still here, do not be angry if I spoke to you in a manner that you do not like. I'm sorry because I have to respond to that statement so that you know. You know, no, I didn't speak to insult you. So I've done this several times and I have to do it again because of the matter at hand. It is very, very, very important that I share this. So this was when Joe Biden was a senator in America in 1991, precisely. Joe Biden took it upon himself from 1988, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, till 94, when South Africa got independence from apartheid. Joe Biden stood firm, fighting in the U.S. Senate, in the U.S. Congress. He fought the speaker, who was pretending not to pay attention to what he's talking about concerning South Africa and the imprisonment, life imprisonment of Nelson Mandela. He fought the Senate, the Congress speaker himself. He caused commotion in the Senate, big commotion, until they listened to him by fire by force, and they started demanding the release of Nelson Mandela and the freedom for South Africa. Look at it here. I'm not going to analyze it, just watch.
First of all,
So for those who don't know, this man you see here is Joe Biden, 1986. This is Joe Biden. This man you see here is Joe Biden when he was young in 1986. Listen, please.
I'm amazed Bishop Tutu was as restrained as he was. His people are being mugged, shot, imprisoned, killed, smothered. I admire his restraint, not his assertion. I suspect if you or I were in his position, if we were a black South African leader or otherwise, I found you to be a very principled man and a combative man. I doubt whether you'd be on the ramparts, I suggest. I know I would be, and I think you would be. So I think he's been pretty restrained, number one. Number two, with regard to terrorism and necklaces.
I'd have to disagree with you, Senator.
Well,
I think to say.
Did you hear that? He said, this is the speaker. He said, I have to disagree with you. Joe Biden just the start. Joe Biden is just starting. The speaker said, I have to disagree with you. Pay attention, please.
I'm amazed Bishop Tutu was as restrained as he was. His people are being mugged, shot, imprisoned, killed, smothered. I admire his restraint, not his assertion. I suspect if you or I were in his position, if we were a black South African leader or otherwise, I found you to be a very principled man and a combative man. I doubt whether you'd be on the.
I hope you are hearing what is, because I don't want to analyze anything. He's telling them that if they are in the shoes of black South Africans, if they were in their shoes, are you paying attention? This is Joe Biden talking in U.S. Congress House, where they gathered to discuss state affairs and the world affairs, and to discuss state affairs and the world at large. He took it upon himself. He did not end there. He continued to fight until justice was done on behalf of Nelson Mandela and the South Africans at large. Pay attention, please.
Ramparts, I suggest. I know I would be, and I think you would be. So I think he's been pretty restrained, number one. Number two, with regard to terrorism and necklaces.
I'd have to disagree with you, Senator.
Well,
I think to say that President Reagan's statement yesterday was nauseating is not anything that I could agree with under any circumstances.
I'm referring, not whether you agree with it or not, the frustration that he must feel. I'm surprised he hadn't said more.
Of course he feels frustration. We all feel frustration.
Yeah, but his people are dying. His
here.
people are dying.
His people are dying.
Feel frustration. They're dying. They're being shot. Children, we're talking.
They've been shot. Ask him not. I don't want to analyze it. I'm sorry. Pay attention, please. Listen very, very attentively. Very important.
I feel frustration.
Yeah, but his people are dying. His
here.
people are dying. You feel frustration. They're dying. They're being shot. Children, we're talking about necklaces.
Of
They're lining
course.
up and they're shooting children.
It's a
about
terrible situation, and what we need to be thinking about
Is what to do
is
about
what to
that.
do about it.
And what disturbs me, what disturbs me, and I will try not to be disturbed, is not merely your policy.
Remember, I'm a taxpayer.
I remember you're
Just
a taxpayer.
because I'm Secretary of
No.
State, you can't kick me around. I'm a taxpayer.
I understand that, Mr. Chairman. I understand that. But I want to tell you something. What disturbs me more than the policy that you call a policy is the rationale for the policy. The rationale for the policy. You set out 4 principles that you
By now, they thought they still think it's a joke. They still believe that it's a joke. Now, because of the interruption from the speaker, because of the interruption, the way it looks like they are mocking him, as if he doesn't know what he's saying. Watch his AFM now. Just watch what is going to happen.
Adhere to, and then and I will go over them in a moment. Then you say on page 14, we must not become part of South Africa's problem. We must remain part of their solution. We must not aim to impose ourselves, our solutions, our favorites in South Africa. Damn it, we have favorites in South Africa. The favorites in South Africa are the people who are being repressed by that ugly white regime. We have favorites. Our loyalty is not to South Africa, it's to South Africans. And the South Africans are majority black, and they are being excoriated. It is not to some stupid puppet government over there. It is not to the Afrikaner regime. We have no loyalty to them. We have no loyalty to South Africa, to South Africans. And the fact of the matter is I listen to this rationale, first of all. It is the leaders of South Africa and their people, black and white, who have the majority responsibility. They must rise to it. Well, they are rising to it. They're rising to it. The only thing left available to do with that.
He said something that I have to pause it. I'm sorry. I know I said I'm not going to analyze, but I have to. I have to pause this one. He said something that they have, because of the inhumanity, the inhuman treatment, because of what has been done to them, that they have to rise, and they have risen. And they have risen. You know what that means? I'm not sure you need any explanation. You know exactly what that means. He said that they have risen. They are rising. They have to rise, and they are rising. You know what that means? That they are fighting, because they were being shot and unalived by the same appetite. And Joe Biden said they have to rise, and they are rising. They are picking up arms to defend themselves in South Africa. So America knows what it takes to gain freedom. They know that when you demand for freedom with your bare mouth and your microphone, and you are being killed, you have to defend yourself. You must use the same thing they are using to kill you to defend yourself. They know. They fought Britain. They went through it, and they know what it takes. That's why most of the times I feel like spitting on Finland for what they did. I feel like I'm just waiting for this, upcoming, appeal of Simon Ekpa. I feel like spitting on them. A country like Finland that went through the same thing Biafrans are going through today, and they are not country that can forget their history, because Finland is a very brilliant country with brilliant people. How do you forget in a hurry what you went through when you were under Russia? How you fought, you pay the supreme price with your blood to gain freedom, only for you to turn back because of bribe from Nigerian government to imprison a freedom fighter who is your citizen. Shame. Very big shame. Whenever I remember what Finland did, I have goosebumps. I have goosebumps. I can't believe that a civilized country like Finland could do what they did. I hope that they will rectify it and turn back the hand of time with this appeal. I hope they do the needful. I want to believe that there is something that happened between Nigeria and those judges that rendered that very case judgment. If it's for taking bribe, we know, because how comes the vice president Kashim Shettima had to travel from Nigeria to Finland just to go and meet the Finnish president because of Simon Ekpa? And not quite long from that very meeting, they imprisoned him. They arrested him and imprisoned him. It's so shameful, honestly, so shameful. Let's listen to him.
We have no loyalty to South Africa, to South Africans. And the fact of the matter is I listen to this rationale, first of all. It is the leaders of South Africa and their people, black and white, who have the majority responsibility. They must rise to it. Well, they are rising to it.
Did you hear that? They must rise, but they are rising.
They're rising to it. The only thing left available with that repulsive, repugnant regime of Afrikaners there. And it's the only way they have. They've tried everything for the last 20 years. They begged, they borrowed, they crawled, and now they're taking up arms.
And now they're taking up arms. Did you hear that? And now they are taking up arms to defend themselves. Because when you make a positive and a verbal request and constitutional right to self-determination and expression impossible for the oppressed, now resistance becomes a must. Resistance becomes a must and the only solution. The only solution becomes resistance. When you make a peaceful dialogue, a mere verbal expression, and the constitutional right to self-determination and procedure, which is just marching on the street, protesting on the street without arms and everything, just carry your placard, protest, demand what you want. When you make it impossible, then resistance becomes the only solution. That is what Joe Biden is saying. Now they are picking up arms. And that is what is happening in Biafra.
Second thing, progress toward peace requires a timetable. Timetable, elimination of apartheid. What's our timetable? What are we saying to that repugnant regime? Are we saying you've got 20 days, 20 months, 20 years? We ask them to put up a timetable. What's our timetable? Where do we stand morally? Thirdly, black South Africans, the choices before black South Africans are equally clear. We call on them to avoid easy descent into violence, terrorism, and extremism. To demonstrate by their action they understand the need for compromise. Hell, they've tried to compromise for 20 years. They've tried everything in their power. And look what's happened to them. They're being crushed. And then you say, the fourth principle is that our policies and those of our allies ensure that we expand political liberties in the post-apartheid South Africa. Mr. Secretary, maybe it's because I come from the civil rights movement in this country. We sat there and we heard the same kind of arguments, the same exact arguments. We cannot impose from the North a solution on the South. They must work out their problems, black and white, together. We cannot, as a nation, expose them to the economic ravages that will come. We must consider what will happen after segregation before we eliminate segregation. My Lord. And finally,
that is not an accurate
let me read it.
Let me because we don't say we have to consider what happens after the end
let me
of
read
apartheid before we end it. We have said again and again and again that it's an abhorrent system, and I can be just as emotional as you can about that, and it needs to end.
You say 4 principles. I assume they're equally important. You say 4th, our policy and those of our allies should ensure and expand the political liberties in the post-apartheid South Africa are accomplished by an expansion of economic opportunities. My God, worry about that when it comes. These people are being crushed. And we're sitting here with the same kind of rhetoric. The same thing we heard. We heard go slow. We heard we have to take care of the problem afterwards. We heard we can't impose.
You are totally misconstruing the testimony that I gave.
Read first.
Furthermore, Senator, let me say that I hate to hear a senator of the United States calling for violence.
I'm not calling for violence.
That's what you're doing.
I hate to hear
exactly what you're doing.
I hate to hear an administration and a Secretary of State refusing to act on a morally abhorrent point. I hate to hear this country. I'm ashamed that this country puts out a policy like this that says nothing. It says continue the same. We put no timetable on. We make no specific demand. We don't set it down. I'm ashamed that's our policy. That's what I'm ashamed of. I'm ashamed of the lack of moral backbone.
Did you hear what he said? Let me say it the way he said it. I'm ashamed of our policy. I'm ashamed of our policy. Because they are sitting down there saying, they cannot, do this. They don't have to do that. They don't have to impose whatever they want on South Africa. You know, the man is trying to be politically correct. But Joe Biden is there telling him, no way. And let me say this before we end this video. That because I know maybe there's wherever your name is mentioned, you're always there. Maybe the people who are fighting for Nnamdi Kanu now and Biafra, maybe one or two of them are listening to this program, or maybe they'll watch later, because our people who live in America will find a way to get them to watch this program. So I know that when Joe Biden became president of America just previously, he did very, very bad things against the Biafran people by aligning with Nigerian terrorist government to kill innocent Biafrans. So he committed a lot of evil against Biafrans. So I am not showing this very video of Joe Biden because of his recent activities in Africa, especially in Nigeria. No, I'm showing this video because of what he did, his fight to liberate South Africa in 1980s to 1994, which is what we are going to pick with what the people who are fighting for us now in America are doing. That is the connection. We are connecting the dot with what he did in 1980s and 1990s, early 90s, for South Africa and Nelson Mandela to be free. We are connecting the dot with what our beloved congressmen are doing now for us. Not what Biden did as a president. He failed woefully as a president. I'm sorry. Those people who are supporting us and supporting Nnamdi Kanu, I don't really know the party they belong in America, whether they belong in Democrats or they belong to the other one, the ruling party. I don't know where they belong. I honestly do not know. But I'm sorry, I have to say that because I'm a very honest person. What he did as a president was evil against the Biafran people because he aligned with the Nigerian government to kill innocent Biafrans. Whether he doesn't know what was happening in Nigeria, I don't know. But for him to be in total support of Nigerian government is a crime already against Biafran people. It's a no-go area. It's unacceptable and unbelievable. That is the truth. But what he did as a young senator, as a young man in America, to stand with South Africa is recommendable. And I hail him for that. That's why I'm playing this very video today, because we have people who are also speaking on behalf of the downtrodden Biafrans in Nigeria today. Let's continue to the conclusion.
To this policy.
Well, I resent that deeply, because there is tremendous moral backbone in that policy on a bipartisan basis and has been for many, many years. There is no bipartisan basis for this. There is, I doubt very much if there is any real disagreement with the objectives set out there.
Republican, thank you for reminding me. Is so shameful that I mentioned an opposition party, which is Democrat, and I didn't mention the ruling party, which is Republican. So thank you, my people, for reminding me in the comment section. Let's proceed.
With the steps that have to be taken if there is going to be the kind of change you want, there is no other way but to get those things to happen.
The only way.
Now the question is, what can we do that will get those things to happen? And I think that I outlined the course that is there, and also have tried to point up to you and to the South African government the terrible situation they're creating for themselves.
Obviously, the action has caused violence, or at least has not stopped the violence. There is violence, overwhelming violence in South Africa today. If you want to avoid more, the former Prime Minister of Australia is correct. Let the South African blacks know that we stand with them four square.
We do. We have let them know.
They don't believe it, neither do I.
Well,
please let me
you can believe it or not. I might say I read my testimony a different way than you did. I'm surprised that it could be read with those inflections.
Thank you, Senator Biden. Senator Mathias.
So this is one of many. This is one of many. And I'm very happy to, highlight this. This is one of many. There are a lot of moments where not only Joe Biden, but more people joined to raise their concerns about what was happening against the Black South Africans in America, including elsewhere in the world. But the one from America carried the biggest pressure. And finally, the Black South Africans were able to be rescued. So what is happening today is just history repeating itself from different people, different times, and different, dimension, but it's just almost the same thing. So my people, we don't have to continue. Thank you for listening to me. We have to end the program right now. But as we pray, we must also be happy and thank God, even though our happiness is not 100%, but at least because Igbo people, we have to pray and thank God at the center. We have to be thankful and thank those who are speaking on behalf of Nnamdi Kanu in America. It's not easy. I know what they are doing. I know the stand which they have taken. It's not easy to take that stand because every country in the world milk Nigeria. I know that. So for people who are in American government to stand against the evil of Nigeria, we are not even talking about the Christian genocide that is going on in Nigeria, which is sponsored by the state government, the Nigerian government. We are not talking about the terrorism sponsored by the Nigerian government. We're not talking about the terrorism carried out by the Nigerian military. We're not even talking about those things. So for somebody to, who is in the government in America to stand up against this, we have to say kudos to them. And we pray that long may it continue until victory is assured. Thank you all, my people. Thank you for listening. May God protect every one of us in all our endeavors as we come to the end of this very program. From me from here, it is good evening.
As long as we come on air every evening, the whole world must listen. As long as we preach this very gospel, Chukwukika Abiyama must be with us. Therefore, without any further hesitation, we must proceed to offer every prayer to Chukwu Okike Abiyama who resided in heaven. Therefore, as we always comment, not from today, but from of old. Our Father who art in heaven, that your name may be hallowed by men, that we may bow at the mention